Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And the title of this video is going to be, The Lord Will Make a Man More Precious Than Fine Gold. Okay, which is inspired by the verse that I have highlighted on the screen. Okay, Isaiah 13 and 12. All right, because when you read in this chapter starting at verse 1, Isaiah 13 and 1, it says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Now in this chapter, it speaks about the prophet Isaiah prophesying against Babylon. But as you continue reading throughout this entire chapter, okay, you realize, if you read it with wisdom and understanding, you find out that is actually prophesying against a new Babylon, or modern day Babylon, which we know, are those of us that are of the hopeful elect. We know that right now we currently, all right, for the most part, most of the elect, we know that we're dwelling here, mainly dwelling here in America, which is known as Babylon the Great, in Revelation the 18th chapter. Okay, so when you read in Isaiah 13, is really speaking about a new Babylon that would arise in end time. Okay, because when you read the verse 11, Isaiah 13 and 11, it says, and this the Lord speaking, it says, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. All right, so and this world goes into pretty much the whole world. Now during the time of when ancient Babylon was taken down, was the whole entire world judged at that time? No, it was just mainly ancient Babylon and its cities round about. Okay, that were ultimately taken down, by the Persians and the Medes. Okay, all through the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, but it says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right, in which we know the main person who fits the description of the arrogant, the proud, the haughty, okay, is Esau Edom, who is the modern day king of the modern day Babylon. All right, Esau Edom. All right, but then now jumping to the main point, verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So here it is, in end time prophecy. Yahweh Shema said, Yahweh Shema Shah said that within that, when those end times come, all right, when end time prophecy will begin to pop off and turn up, as brothers say, the Lord said he's also going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Okay, let's look up this word precious. All right, more precious than fine gold. All right, it says yaquar, and it says to esteem. Okay, to esteem, be prized, be valuable, be precious, be costly, be appraised. All right, so when that time comes, all right, when the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, also known as the tribulation, spoken of in the New Testament by Yahushai, all right, but nonetheless, when those times come, all right, because here it is, as of the end of February 2022, going into March 2022, as we're getting closer to the Passover, we clearly see in the news once again, there's talks of major disruptions in the global supply chain. Okay, shelves in different stores throughout the country are going bare, bare once again. Okay, which is ultimately signs of what? Food shortages. All right, then of course, not to mention the tensions that's going on over there in Ukraine. Between Russia and the Ukrainian government. Okay, with NATO and the EU and the United States also getting involved in that whole entire situation, which they're also saying on the news that particular escalation could lead to major disruptions in the global supply chain, and especially the oil and gas industry. Hence why over the past week or so you've been seeing on the news they're talking about gas, because of what's going on over there in Ukraine. The price of gas could go up to $7, $7 a gallon, which is gonna go up even higher than that. That $7 is really just a generous price. Okay, that's, as a matter of fact, that's damn near dirt cheap compared to how much the price of gas is really gonna go up. All right, when these prophecies start to really pop off. And so amongst that, all right, when there's going to be major famines and major food shortages, inflation, with the major inflations with the gas prices and things like that, and the second lockdown that's going to soon hit over here in the United States, as well as different parts of the world. Okay, who's going to be the main people that's going to be affected? All right, that's going to be affected when those things pop off. Okay, namely you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but especially you Israelite women. Okay, you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women. So when that time comes, okay, that's when, all right, a man is going to be made more precious than fine gold. And as it says right here in the biblical outline usage, it says to esteem, be prized, okay, be valuable. So when that time comes, okay, men are going to be seen as the prize once again, because here it is, in this gynocentric feminist so-called first world country that we live in here in America, as well as the European countries and whatnot. Basically countries where Esau Edom rules at. Okay, you have the women among those countries, especially here in America. Women in these countries basically saying that they're the prize. That they're the thing. The number one thing that men ought to pursue in their lives. These women. Well, when that time comes, okay, that's going to be flipped 180. Okay, because men are going to be seen as the prize again, or the thing that's going to be highly esteemed, okay, highly valuable, all right, highly appraised. Okay, because for the longest, and especially over the past few years, it seems like as we get closer and closer to Yahweh Shai making his second coming, all right, to bring the destruction upon this Edomite rulership, as well as the salvation to the elect of the nation of Israel. It seems like you women have become drastically more and more drastically and more noticeably proud, okay, over the last few years, especially during this whole pandemic, the C-19 pandemic. Okay, you women, you're still going out, you're still up in these colleges, getting these degrees, thinking that these degrees are gonna get you somewhere in life. Okay, you're going to you're the main ones going to get jabbed up. Okay, because you wholeheartedly believed that if you go and take that jab, then it's going to stop you. It's going to be prevent you from catching the C-19. okay, and things like that, and that ultimately your so-called life can finally go back to so-called normal, okay, which it never was normal. All right, and you figuring out ways, to use the internet and use social media and use platforms like YouTube to make money and ultimately make a career out of. Okay, figuring out ways to be entrepreneurs and this, that, and the third. Okay, you're basically figuring out ways in this feminist gynocentric society to basically move ahead in life without a man. Okay, and that's ultimately led to a lot of you women just being extremely high-minded, okay, proud, okay, going around traveling abroad the world, okay, taking these so-called solo trips, brunch with your so-called girlfriends, this, that, and the third. Okay, you women have basically been living in pleasure in this country for way too goddamn long. As the Apostle Paul said, and I believe that's First Timothy 5, the 5th chapter. She that liveth in pleasure is dead already. Okay, roughly paraphrasing it. See, you women, you really and truly think that you're living in a society because of all the freedoms and the liberties that feminism has given you, but ultimately it's a dead lifestyle, okay? Because it's ultimately going to lead, to a lot of you women's deaths, because you've used all these liberties to basically push out a vibration to basically run men out of your life, and to look down upon men. But soon that's getting ready to be over because, soon men are going to be the ones that's going to be looked at as the prize, in society once again. All right, because in this current society, men have been, basically taken for granted. Okay? Because what does the scripture say in Isaiah 32:1? As a matter of fact, Isaiah 32:2. Isaiah 32:2, it says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest. All right, a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. All right, and what does that wind represent? All right, all the judgments. Okay, all of the all the things that the Lord has prophesied to happen in these end times. All right, to ultimately bring judgment upon this wicked society. All right, with all these things going on, you women are going to seriously need men to protect you when that time comes. Okay, it says a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest. Okay, a covert meaning something a thing of covering, basically like a cloak. Right, because things are getting ready to to be pretty pretty darn nasty and pretty darn wild. All right, all throughout this country. we getting ready to come to a time where it's going to be complete lawlessness and anarchy all throughout the society. So a lot of you women that's all on Instagram and social media and whatnot, taking all these thirst trap pictures and whatnot, showing off your body, sticking your tongue out, twerking and stuff like that. Which thing is going to be happening to all you women like that? All right, eventually when 911 gets cut off. Okay, a lot of you women are basically going to be prey in the streets when that time comes. Okay, and pretty much the only thing, all right, pretty much the number one thing that you're going to need to keep you from all those things is a man. But you women, because you've clung on to feminism so much, over the last few decades. Okay, when that time comes, ain't no man, all right, no man is going to be willing to protect you. All right, because a lot of you women have basically spent the majority of your adult lives, okay, running men out of your life. It says, all right, let me jump down. Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Yeah, because a lot of you women, especially you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, you've been at ease in this society. Especially in comparison to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. Your lives are at total ease throughout the society. Okay, you're the so-called most educated. You have a lot of you Israelite women receive more perks and benefits in the society compared to us Israelite men. All right, and you don't catch you Israelite women don't catch as much hell in this country as Jake does. And a lot of you women, you know that, or you know that you have an advantage over the average Israelite man. Okay, because that's all part of that deal that you Eves, or you so-called Negro women, have made with the serpent. Okay, that's all a part of that deal, that pact. All right, that you Eves have made with this serpent. All right, this devil Esau Edom, going all the way back to the garden. Okay, making a pact or a deal with this devil to basically try to become equal with your man, and ultimately find a way to be over your man. Okay, well now that deal, or that covenant that you made with this devil, or a covenant of death, all right, shall I say, this covenant of death that you made with this serpent, going all the way back to the garden, is getting ready to fall upon your head. All right, it says, verse 10, Isaiah 32:10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman. All right, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And what does the vintage represent? All these little, luxuries and delicacies and pleasures that you partake in the society, they're all soon getting ready to fail. All right, when the second lockdowns hit, okay, when the global, supply chain is ultimately, disrupted. Okay, when the economy crashes, all right, and the stock market crashes, or a lot of you women, you won't be able to go to your favorite restaurants anymore to have these little brunches. You won't be able to travel all around the world like like you're used to right now. Okay, you won't be able to go to the hair salon or the nail shop, to get your hair done or your nails done. You won't be able to go to the clubs no more, because ultimately that's all going to be shut down. All right, when this NWO system is going to start being rolled out, all right, very soon. It says, verse 11, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yes, so in other words, strip you and make you bare is ultimately talking about, strip all of this pride, this vain pride and arrogancy and haughtiness and wantonness out of your hearts and out of your spirits. Okay, it's not exactly talking about strip off all your clothes and go run around the street butt naked. No, it just means strip away all of your pride and your feminism, okay, that you've built up in this westernized society. And it says, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Sackcloth representing what? Humility. Okay, being humble, being of a broken and contrite spirit. Okay, discretion. And a lot of you women have a hard time, doing that. Okay, being humble, taking accountability, all right, and realizing your wrongs, and realizing how much you taking on this feminist mindset, and driving men away from you. Okay, a lot of you women have a hard time realizing that that's ultimately going to be the worst mistake that you've ever made in life. All right, it says, verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Yeah, a lot of you women, when the second lockdown hit, a lot of y'all are going to be lamenting over the fact that you won't be able to go get your hair done, or your nails done, or you won't be able to go out for brunch anymore. You won't be able to go around traveling and doing this, that, and the third. Okay, no more hot girl summer. All right, all that's going to be shut down, and it's going to piss a lot of you women off. Okay, and it's basically going to put a lot of you back in your place. All right, back in your place and back in your order as a woman. Because a lot of you women today, since from your youth up, have been trained up to do any and everything but to live your life according to the order that Yahweh Shema Shai wants you to live according to the scriptures, which is to be a woman and be under the authority of the man and submit to your man. All right, so real quick, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. All right, now in this chapter it's speaking about the righteous man, which is ultimately talking about the elect man. But in this case, I want to apply this to just the man in general. Okay, man in general. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Yeah, so a lot of these men, when that time comes, okay, they're gonna have the opportunity to stand in the face of all you women that's been doing wrong by them. Okay, such as using the system against them, using the system to keep them from being around their children, using the system to put them on child support, basically stripping the man of all of his hard-earned money. All right, using the system, to play all these double standards that this society has against men. Okay, when that time comes, a lot of these men are going to be standing in you saying women's faces in great boldness. Okay, because of all the afflictions that you've brought upon their lives. Okay, whether it be mentally, spiritually, financially. Okay, and whatever the case may be, that made no account of their labors. Took them for granted. It says, verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Okay, a lot of you women go be in great fear when you see a lot of your so-called exes and your baby daddies, okay, have an opportunity to basically come after y'all, all right, for all the the BS that you did to them in their lives, to basically ruin their lives. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, and that part right there is ultimately going into the elect, because when these prophecies are all said and done, only the elect men of the nation of Israel of Yahweh Shema Shai are going to receive salvation. But it says, verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision and in a proverb or of reproach. Yeah, a lot of you women have these men in derision. You make mockery of them in their lives and make a reproach out of them. Okay, a lot of you women are go be repenting and be in anguish of spirit. Okay, when ultimately you see these same men, okay, start coming up, and on a rise when basically shit hits the fan. Okay, because a lot of you women that look down on particular men that was once in your lives. Okay, a lot of you are gonna be forced to run to these same exact men when when you're not gonna know where your next meal is gonna come from. All right, trying to be trying to get back in good graces with them. Trying to act like you're gonna get in order under them, but basically they just go be rejecting your asses, okay, and curving your asses, and rightfully so. It says, verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Yeah, because you women, y'all didn't consider the latter end of your doings when it comes to the particular men that was once in your lives. It says, verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot among the saints? Which, again, now this particular scripture is ultimately going into the elect. Okay, the elect of the nation of Israel. It says, verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Okay, yeah, you women have erred from the way of truth. You've erred from taking on your true role in your true position as a woman, which is to be under the authority of a man, and to be in helpmeet unto a man. Okay, it says, verse 7, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, and a lot of you women, you basically wear yourselves out. Living this wicked, or backwards, counterproductive lifestyles that you've been living under this whole feminist vibration. You're going out getting all these surgeries, BBLs and things like that. Wearing all this damn makeup, okay, being haughty, okay, trying to continue an image, a particular image that you portray about yourself, all in your social media pages and things like that. When ultimately this whole time, you're really just faking it. But a lot of you women, you don't care, okay, and that's why you do any and everything that you can to display your pride and your rebellion against Yahweh Shema Shai and your rebellion against men. Okay, because you've been beguiled by the serpent once again. It says, verse 7 again, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, because this feminism has destroyed a lot of you women. Okay, and it's going to leave a lot of you women dying alone and single, by way of brutal deaths. It says, yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. Okay, verse 8. What hath pride profited us? Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? Yes, when it's all said and done, a lot of you women are going to be saying within yourselves, all this, pride and arrogancy, and this haughtiness and wantonness, and promiscuity, all this, OnlyFans, money and stuff like that. At the end of the day, what did all this stuff, get for me? Where did it get me? Okay, it's ultimately going to get you judgment. That's where it's going to get you. All right, it's going to get a lot of you women ravished. Okay, a lot of you women, put to death in the streets in cold blood. Okay, a lot of you women, going to get, gang ravished. A lot of you women are going to be through when that time comes. Okay, and a lot of it is going to all be because, you reject the role that Yahweh Shema Shai has given you as a woman, or to, being under your man. All right. And a lot of you women, before all this is said and done, a lot of you going to be going out, wishing that you had a good man to your side. All right, this is Second Ezra, chapter 16, and I start at verse 31. It says, "Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword." People's houses are gonna be are gonna be getting invaded, by martial law troops, as well as groups and cliques of people, random citizens that's gonna be going from people going into people's houses, with weapons and guns in their hands, basically looking to spoil and plummet whatever is in the houses. Okay, looking for food or water, resources, or just going in there, looking for a woman, okay, to take advantage of. All right, it says, verse 32, "And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow." Okay, God. It says, "Her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through." Okay, yeah. So basically, the earth is gonna, look like something out of a apocalyptic movie. You see all these movies that show like, end time, apocalyptic settings, such as the Book of Eli and so on and so forth. Well, a lot of that stuff is going to be happening. It's going to be actually happening in real life. There's a reason why Esau Edom puts out movies like that. Okay, because that's all going to happen according to prophecy. But it says, verse 33. Here's the main points. 2 Ezra 16 and 33. "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers." Yep. So before all this is said and done, all right, a lot of these women, that boast and brag about being single, not having any children, saying I don't need a man and this, that, and the third. I can do bad all by myself. Well, prophecy said, okay, as we just read here in prophecy in verse 33, a lot of you women are going to be mourning, for not having no husbands and no man and no family to lean upon when Jacob's trouble hit. Okay, and a lot of you women are going to be saying within yourself, damn, I really did need a man. I do need a man. I do need a family. Okay, I shouldn't have been living my life like this. But for a lot of you, it's going to be too late. It says, verse 34, "In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." And a lot of you women, that do actually have, husbands and men in your lives. Okay, a lot of them are going to be, receiving judgments and put to death. Okay, because as it said at the beginning of verse 34, "In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed." Now, of course, this can apply to actual women, whose husbands are enlisted in the military, that's going to be dying, all right, in the Middle East, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, this can apply to that, very well. But this can also apply to, all the wars and bloodshed that's going to be taking place in the streets of America. All you women that get with these simp ass, beta male, okay, beta male as men, a lot of them are going to be receiving judgment and being put to death, okay, in these streets. All right, because they're not going to be able to protect you or protect yourselves. And if they don't die, all right, by way of the sword and violence, then as it says at the latter part of this verse, a lot of them are going to perish by famine. Because a lot of these so-called men, so-called husbands that a lot of you women are with, they don't have any survival skills. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know where to find, sources of water from. Okay, they don't know how to, make their own medicines from natural resources out of the earth. Okay, hell, a lot of these men don't even know how to, fix a flat tire, or replace a flat tire, or even start a fire. A lot of you women, y'all just get with these guys, because you think they cute, or you like their outfit, or this, that, and third, or because they have a lot of money. Okay, well, when that time comes, we're gonna see what these types of guys are gonna get you and themselves when that time comes. Okay, a lot of them are gonna die from famine, because the only way that these so-called cute niggas, alright, or fresh niggas know how to get food is by buying it from the stores. But pretty soon there ain't gonna be no more food to find in these stores. Alright, because food shortages are on the horizon. Alright, so when that time come, a lot of you women, as well as these suck ass beta male as men, y'all are all gonna be through. Alright, so going back to Isaiah 13 and 12 once again, and then after that I'm gonna close it out. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And ultimately, the men that Yahweh Shemel Shai are going to make more precious than fine gold is ultimately talking about the elect men. Okay, the elect men of the nation of Israel, the house of David, the household of faith. Okay, those are the men that's going to be made more precious than fine gold. And why is that? Because first of all, what's going to make us liken unto fine gold? Okay, and I say us, but Lord willing, I'm of that number. But what's going to make us more precious, or more, valuable, or more prized than fine gold? All right, real quick. Let's get let's see. Select it. Let's go to Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 10. It says, receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. Okay, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Okay, and what is the thing that's to be desired? One example is gold. Okay, and when that's in that day, okay, gold or silver or rubies are not going to be compared, okay, to the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. And as we know, according to prophecy, the only men that's going to dwell on the earth with the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, or the elect. Okay, starting with the tabernacle of David, the house of David, the 144,000. All right, and those men are the men that's going to be likened unto fine gold. Okay, more precious than fine gold. All right, and when these women are going to see that about us, then that's when Isaiah 4 and 1 is going to kick in. Okay, which I'm not going to read, because you brothers already know that scripture by heart nonetheless. Okay, so when the Lord makes the elect men likened unto more precious than fine gold, okay, through us having the knowledge and wisdom, all right, that's when these women are gonna get in order, are gonna want to get in order, and finally see us for the prize that we really and truly are. Okay, seven women are going to take hold of one man, as it says in Isaiah 4:1. Okay, and they're basically going to put off that that left hand feminist mindset. All right, that they've been dwelling comfortably in, all right, and living at ease in over the last a few decades. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on that. All right, so Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, shalom.